What? What? Do you have any idea how much blood is on your hands? You're gonna rot in the hall of salt? I've seen it personally. Get off that clock, man!
Angelina Jolie, they're starring in another action thriller. This one's called Salt. It is now playing in theaters. The question is, should you see it? Have we seen enough? Or should you rent it, or just completely skip it altogether? Well, Kevin Carr is a movie critic from FatGuysAtTheMovies.com, a regular guest, and you're here to talk about Salt. Great to see you, Kevin.
I am. Good to see you.
Listen, she's carved out quite a name for herself with Laura Croft, the Tomb Raider, and these action movies.
Yeah.
How does this compare? It's sort of a spy thriller and an action movie.
Yes, it is, and it's a story about a woman who's a CIA agent who is accused of being a Russian spy, and then she kind of goes on the run. So it really is focused on her, and it reminds me of, you know, obviously the action movies like To the Tomb Raider, but really like Mr. and Mrs. Smith or Wanted, if you saw that a couple years ago. And she's been in the news so much, not just for her movies. You forget how good of an actor she is.
We do. We hear about her kids and her travels around the world with Brad Pitt, but she really is very good, isn't she?
She's a very good actress. She takes the human element in this one, but she can also do the action, which she's proved before. So I mean, she's really in her element. She does a great job with the film.
Who else is in this movie of note, Kevin?
Well, you've got Liev Schreiber. He's in the movie, and you've got Chewie Edelfor, who you probably saw in 2012. So we have some big names in it, and it's well acted. I'm going to be honest with you. It's pretty predictable. You can see where it's all going. Yeah. But it's about 20 minutes in. It hits with the action, and it just goes, and it really kind of distracts you from the fact that it's a pretty simple story.
I remember her in Gone in 60 Seconds and thinking of how good she is in these kind of movies. Yeah. So what's your verdict on this? From what I've seen, it looks pretty good. Yeah. See it, rent it, skip it.
I'm going to say see it, because it's just a big, fun, summer blockbuster action movie.
Not up for any Oscars, but it's just good entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Now, we all remember the books. They were called Beezus and Ramona. Beverly Clear wrote this, a series of books about 30 years ago. I remember reading.
About 60 years ago, actually.
60 years ago.
They were written in the 50s.
Oh, that's right, I guess. I just, you know, when you're a kid, you think, oh, these just came out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So this new movie is out.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez is in it, and how's she?
She does a good job. And what's funny about it is it's the story of two sisters and how they they interact. You got the older one played by Selena Gomez, and the younger one, Ramona, who's sort of a Dennis the Menace kind of character.
She's the brat, and Beezus is the goody two-shoes.
Yes, and she's always getting into problems, and it's all of the antics of Beezus and Ramona. Like I said, I read these back in the 70s, and when I was a kid. So they really kind of brought them to life as to what they were, and they're sort of timeless stories. So it works whether they're now or whether they're in the 50s.
Some of these kids' movies, Kevin, as you know, because you've got kids and I do too, can be deadly. And some are very entertaining for mom and dad. How does this rank?
This is a very sweet movie. Okay. That's what when I saw it. I go, it's a sweet movie. It's been so long since I've read it, but I remember elements from the movie, and it's just a nice movie. It's rated G. There's nothing bad in it. It just has some silliness, some fun, some emotion. So I mean, there's enough in there for a grown-up. It runs a little long for the grown-up, but I think it works for everybody in the family.
All right, so see it, rent it, skip it, and it's called Ramona and Beezus. They've actually switched the names.
Yeah, because this one's more about Ramona, where the books were more from Beezus' point of view.
That's right.
So I'm going to say it's a rent it.
A rent it?
The kids are going to see it.
Yeah, that's all right. We're going to have to take them. Someone's going to have to take them. Yeah. All right, so actually, you like both of these, Salt and Ramona and Beezus.
Yeah, it's a good weekend.
All right, Kevin Carr from FatGuysAtTheMovies.com. Thanks a lot for your coming on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Boy, it's a great day.